The Midsummer Classic has concluded, and the New York Mets are getting ready for the second half of the season. So now is a good time to take a look back at the first half and chat a bit about the Mets making a playoff push after the break. Jake Brown, co-host of the amazing But True podcast, he joins me now to talk some Metropolitans baseball. Jake, how you doing? You're in the multicolored shirt as I expected out in LA. How's it going, man?
I'm going to be starring as Christian Bale and Batman with this voice I have now after losing it. You're going to love me. It's been a blast out here. I've met some incredible people. All-Star Week was great. Pete Alonso didn't win the home run derby, but guess what? It doesn't matter. Save the bat for the second half. It was tremendous to just have four Mets All-Stars and have a presence out here in Hollywood. Heck of a crew out here. A lot of good people. And man, it was hot. 3 outfit changes a day. I don't think I packed enough, even though I always overpack.
There you go. You just made it. Just packed enough. That's all that matters. Jake, the Mets posted 58 wins before the break, but they saw a huge lead in the NL East, trimmed down to a 2.5 game lead. So you get to be the professor here, Mr. Brown. What would you give the Mets as a grade at this point of the season?
Well, I did talk to the professor, the And One mixtape legend, the other day on a red carpet. So that makes sense. I like how you did that. That's why you're a consummate professional, Dexter. I think it's an A+. I hate to be the teacher that got the apple on the first day of school and maybe be a little extra generous because I got some fruit in the system and I'm eating healthy now. But this is an A+ team. They did this without Jacob deGrom, and Max Scherzer was hurt for a lot of the first half. They had so many injuries, battling adversity, yet still 23 games over 500. I got to give them an A+ just because of the situation they were put in. And sure, the lead is shrinking, and it's getting a little bit worrisome. But we're going to see a lot about this team in the next 2 weeks and see what they do. But I think this team gets an A+ for that first half.
All right, A+ for Jake there. Now, as you know, Jake, MLB's trade deadline, August 2nd. So what moves do the Mets need to make in order to improve their roster?
Yeah, Juan Soto is the name that's out there. Obviously, we sat down with Scott Boras at the show podcast with Joel Sherman and John Heyman out here in LA. And, he was talking about the contract, and we were trying to find out some more details. But you're seeing tea leaves of, reposting Donovan Mitchell's story about him coming to the Mets and, standing behind a shirtless Starling Marte. Man, does that guy, that body is just incredible. If I look like that, I'd be wearing the same blazer and ice that he was wearing. But you're seeing the tea leaves. So Juan Soto's a guy. I mean, you need a bat. You need a DH. But, an outfielder like him would be good, too. We'll see what that package would look like. I don't think they need him, though. I'm not one of these fans that's like, go get him, trade the whole team to get him. I think they need to play this strategically and get someone like a Josh Bell who's going to cost you 1 or 2 prospects, someone in that realm, and then get a reliever. This team has to get at least 1 reliever. I said before the season to you when we talked that this team's going to go get an elite reliever. They didn't do it then. They're doing it now. And if they don't, I owe you a steak dinner. They got to get a reliever. They got to get a good one. And they got to get a bat because they're just not getting enough productivity out of the DH.
Well, I'm hoping for the steak dinner, even if they don't get a reliever. But we'll talk about that later. Before the season, you talked about that. You were very high on the Mets, and you picked them to win the World Series in 2022. So are you sticking to your prediction, Jake?
I'm always very high on the Mets, and then they always let me down. But I am sticking with my prediction because I do think Steve Cohen has the financial wherewithal as well, which I didn't mention, to go get a guy who might get cut for money reasons. He'll go pick up the overpriced guy that can maybe not just be a power hitter or a DH, but a veteran leader in the clubhouse. So that's another option. I think they're going to make the right moves. And, assuming Jacob deGrom, as I said again before the season, and Max Scherzer are healthy going into October, there is no team that's going to beat the Mets. I think they're winning the World Series. I said Mets White Sox, but now it's looking more like a Subway Series or the Astros, which I'd like to stay away from after they beat the Mets 4 out of 4 times. So I think we're looking at a Subway Series. I just think it all depends on what happens here at the trade deadline. But Billy Epler, Steve Cohen, Sandy Alderson and company, they're going to be active. They're going to be more active than my gym routine. I'll tell you that.
There you go. That is Jake Brown, always keeping Mets Nation hyped on that World Series high. Jake, good to see you. Glad you enjoyed your time in LA, and we will talk soon.
Hope I have my voice back by next week. Here's my prop. See you later.
See you later, man.